Hello, good people. Today we're doing American Goulash. I don't know if you've ever heard about it, but basically, let's just call it beefaroni. Pretty much that's what it is. It is a very simple one-pot meal that you can cook for your family. So I'm not going to keep you waiting. Let's get started. We're going to start off with our vegetables. And I've added a red pepper here, but you don't have to. You can start with a green pepper, a large onion, 3 large cloves of garlic. You can garlic it up if you like, and I'll get to cutting. In this pot, I have a pound of ground beef, but if you want, you can use turkey, ground turkey. You can use ground chicken. In this pot, I have just boiling, water that I'm going to bring to boil. You can actually make this a one-pot meal by putting your elbow pasta in once your ground beef is cooked. But because I'm really finicky about the texture of my pasta, I'm going to cook it separately and then add at the last minute once it's already cooked. So let me show you what we're going to do to the ground beef. I have my fire set to a medium high, and I'm going to season this ground beef. When I'm usually messing with ground meat, I kind of do like a double seasoning. I flavor with the seasoning mix, and then I flavor with the actual vegetables. What I have here is a half teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of pepper, and of course a half a teaspoon of salt. You can do the salt and pepper according to your taste. And while that's cooking, let me take this out of the way so you can see. Just gonna sprinkle it evenly, and then I'll mix it. And now I'm going to add my chopped vegetables. My onions are pretty much just chopped rough. If you like them diced small. And my garlic. And those cloves I had were pretty large. I like it really garlicky. Now this is a very simple dish to do. As a matter of fact, I have memories of when it was cold. I would make this for my brother as a teenager. We were both teenagers. We were a year apart. It's a great snow day dish as well. Very hearty and warming. If you come from a place that gets snow, so tell me, what is your snow day dish? I think I have a couple. But we don't get a lot of snow around these parts. Not like we used to. This ground beef does not have a lot of fat in it at all. It's a 90% beef, 10% fat. It seems to be less than that to me, but that's what they said it is. That's what it is. I'm not going to drain this. If you're using a ground beef with a higher fat content, then I would drain a little bit of it out. But there's no sense. I mean, I have, it's coating the pan. That's pretty much it. Now it's time for the fun to begin. At this point, we're just going to start dumping. You're going to use either two 15-ounce cans of diced tomatoes, or one large container of them, or the 28 ounces, I think. I'm also going to mix it up just a little bit with some fire roasted. It's not mandatory. I'm just doing something a little different today. That's the fun thing about cooking yourself. You can definitely make it the way you like it. You want to keep the juices. I'm not draining the tomatoes. And what I have in here is a bay leaf, 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and the optional red pepper flakes. Again, that's optional. You don't have to use that. And a bay leaf. If you have small bay leaf, you can use a couple. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on. And now for these beautiful, I love the color, isn't that Christmassy? Red and green. And let's chop that in. This dish goes by a couple of names. We have beefaroni. I probably should have put that bay leaf at the end. I'm going to put that in later because I'm going to mix it. I don't want this broken up because it's sharp. Oh, back to what I was saying. This goes by many names. We call it American Goulash, which really have no resemblance to goulash or Hungarian goulash, but that's what we call it. Beefaroni is another name it's been known by, and American chop suey, that's another name it's been called, so, or is called. But whatever you call it, it's still the same. It's still good. And that beautiful, I love the colors. Let me get it a little close in here. Okay. Here you can add a little tomato paste, maybe about 2 tablespoons full. I don't want tomato paste in this for myself. I think the diced tomatoes and the tomato sauce I'm getting ready to put in is enough. I'm adding an 8-ounce can of plain tomato sauce. If you don't have tomato sauce, you can use a spaghetti sauce. Now the next step is going to depend on how you are going to do your pasta. If you're going to cook your pasta separately, like myself, then you're not going to need as much broth or water. But if you are going to add your elbows, you're going to need roughly about 1 2/3 cup of water so you can simmer it to cook. I'm probably going to add, let's see, let me see for my texture how I like it. because remember, I'm not adding my pasta until the end. Let's see. I want just a little bit more for me. And oh, I forgot one more thing. I'm slipping today, y'all. I'm slipping. I'm gonna add just a splash. Can you see that okay? It's a splash of, y'all wanna say that for me? Worcestershire sauce. Say that 3 times real fast. I guess that's my splash right here. That's all. That's enough. You don't need a lot. Just a splash. And I'm going to throw that bay leaf right on back in there because I shouldn't put it in there in the first place. Let that get under there. I'm going to make sure everything's on the bottom. I'm going to allow this just to cook a little bit longer. I want to taste it to see if I need a little sugar. If it's too bitter for me or acidic for me, I'm going to add some sugar. But right now, let the flavors mingle, hang out together. I'm going to cover this for 15 minutes and just let it go. Let it simmer on low. Before I open this pot, can we talk about my Dollar Tree oven mitts? I love it, but I tell you, I know why they're at the Dollar Tree, because I actually have the same size hand, or same hand, instead of the opposite. I just noticed that today, okay? So, you know, you like to show the pretty side while you are picking up the pot, but I can't do that. The pretty side is going down. So let's take a look. Ooh. Yes, it smells so good. Now, it's at this point that you can actually add your elbow noodles. And because I'm doing mine separately, I'm just going to continue cooking. You would add roughly about 2 cups of uncooked elbow noodles. You would just add them in. You want to make sure that you have enough liquid. I'm just going to let me taste this first. I need to make sure it's not too acidic for me. Just a little. Let me go get a little bit of pinch of sugar. This is just a little sugar in the raw. You can use whatever sugar you have. We're going to cover this back up once we add those noodles and let it go for another 20 minutes. And now, once it's done, you can just cheese it up. Add as much cheese as you like, or cheese it up in your bowl. Now, you already know what I'm going to do. I like to finish mine off with just a little black pepper. Add a little cheddar cheese. Now it's time to eat. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate you spending time with me. If you haven't had a chance, please subscribe, like, let me know what you think down in the comments. I always love to hear from you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.